Hey there guys, I'm Movie Master here with a new DVD and Blu-ray update for the month of June. I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the stuff I bought within the past 2 weeks, and since yesterday was Tuesday, I'm also going to be sharing some of the stuff I bought yesterday. A lot of cool new stuff came out yesterday. I want to start first with the older movies, and I'll end the video with the new releases. One of the movies I bought last week was the movie with Daniel Radcliffe. I can see pronounce his name, correct me if I'm wrong, and that movie is The Woman in Black. I have never seen any of Daniel's movies. I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies for that matter. I've heard they're great movies. I actually bought the collection last year during Black Friday. It was really cheap for $30, but I never actually had the chance to see them, or better say the urge to see them. I heard they're great. I heard they're great movies, but I've never really had the urge to see them. I eventually will. But with that said, I didn't come to this movie in anticipation of it being a Harry Potter type of movie. It's not. It's actually a ghost story. It's a horror film. So I came into this movie with an open mind, and I saw it for what it was. And is the movie good? Yeah, it's decent. I liked it. The only complaint I have is that it's kind of long for the first hour. The first hour of the movie is kind of draggy. You really are not interested in what's going on. You're hoping something pops out at you, and it does. The last 30 minutes is when the movie picks up. And I think that's what the director intended it to be. You want you to lower your guard for the first hour, and then when the last 30 minutes come in, boo! You're scared. So the movie, is it worth owning? I wouldn't go as far as saying that, but if you are interested in Daniel's work, or if you're interested in a good horror movie, rent it, and if you do like it, buy it. I got it on DVD because it was cheaper. It was $14.99 compared to the Blu-ray that was $22. So yeah. The other movie I bought is the trilogy of the Walking Tall movies, the older movies that is. I've only seen the one with The Rock. I've never seen the sequels of Kevin Sorbo that were released direct to video. If you're not familiar with Kevin Sorbo, he did the Hercules TV series. This movie, the original trilogy, I never seen them. I only seen bits and pieces of it online, and I seen the trailers. I wanted to buy them. I wanted to see them actually, and they were only available through a company that has long since been out of print. So I only saw just recently that Shout Factory re-released the films in a nice packaging. As you can see, it's a one single, DVD normal case, but inside you have all 3 films. Really neat, right? I haven't seen them yet. I eventually will. Another one I bought was The Next 3 Days with Russell Crowe. I already seen this movie. I saw it when it came out in 2010 through Netflix. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. They were complaining that it was kind of slow, that it wasn't really believable, and that the acting was kind of over the top. I have to disagree. I liked the movie. Russell Crowe was great in the movie. I didn't like Elizabeth Banks' acting. Actually, I don't like her acting in any of her movies. I didn't like her in The Uninvited. I didn't like her in... There's another movie that she did. Doesn't come to my mind right now. But her acting is... I don't know if you've noticed this, but she tends to smile for every single scene when it's not necessary. Like this. Someone dies? She's in a horrible situation? I mean... excuse me. I mean, you don't do that. It kind of worked in The Uninvited because she was playing like this mean bitch, so... But still, I don't like her acting. The Blu-ray, on the other hand, it looks great, it looks spectacular. It brings the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy, so if you want to let someone borrow it who doesn't have a Blu-ray player, you can let them because it brings the DVD as well. And if you want to keep it portable in your iPod or iTouch or iPhone, you have it because it brings the code for the digital copy. Another movie that I got this at Blockbuster, was The Craigslist Killer. This movie I also saw during the time of The Next 3 Days. I saw it through Netflix. I liked it. It's based on a true story about a man who started committing crimes through Craigslist. He went through Craigslist, checked some girls out, and he eventually committed murders. The movie's really cool. It has that Lifetime sort of feel, but it's pretty decent. I liked it. I did not pay $14.99 for it. I did the 5 for $20 at Blockbuster, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's this 3 for $20. Right now I don't remember, but it was not $14.99. Another movie that I picked up. This one I got at a movie stop, and I think I've seen this movie in stores so many times, and every time I pick it up, I'm saying, am I going to watch this? And I always put it back. And I finally picked it up. I said, I'm not going to rent it, I'm going to buy it. And that movie is The Green Hornet with Seth Rogen and Cameron Diaz and the other guy named Christopher Waltz. This movie, I liked it. Everyone was complaining that this movie was stupid, that it's not true to the original '68 TV show. I've never seen the original 68 TV show. I am a fan of Bruce Lee, but I never got a chance to see the 68 TV show. One, because I wasn't around in the 60s, and two, because it has never been available on DVD. And I don't know if it ever will be. But this movie was funny. I liked it. I loved James Franco's cameo appearance. Seth Rogen was funny too. I liked it for what it was. So I'll be keeping this one. So goodbye. I got it for cheap. I got it for like $10, you know, and it was well worth it in my opinion. Another movie I got was The Darkness Falls. This movie I saw years ago on videotape and it scared the shit out of me. I haven't seen it since, but I think it's just as scary. I'm gonna stay with that mindset that it was a scary movie about a creepy-ass tooth fairy. I got this for $3 at Movie Stop as well, so I'll be seeing this one soon as well, again. And the last two that I got, well, I have some more, I'm sorry. Another two that I got was the Tim Burton, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies on Steelcase. The Steelcase editions were from Best Buy. They're $14.99 each, and they also bring a $5 redeeming value for The Dark Knight Rises. So if you want to see Dark Knight Rises for $5 cheaper, you just bring this little ticket, and they'll give you $5 off. But I think you have to go online to redeem the receipt, I think. I'm not sure. And these steel cases, I originally had these movies on regular DVD, and I also had them on Blu-ray, and I'm going to keep these steel cases because they're really nice, really collectible, as you can see. Really cool. Same thing with the Dark Knight. Worth owning. So, okay, let's continue. Now this stuff I also bought last week, and last week or even before that. So another one was Gone with Amanda Seyfried. I heard this movie was really bad, but I only picked it because of Amanda Seyfried. I think she's hot, and enough said. Another one I picked up was Man on the Ledge. Many people don't like Sam Worthington. I originally didn't like him, but I enjoyed, what was that movie, Terminator Salvation. I liked him in that movie. I did not like him in Clash of the Titans. I actually didn't like that movie at all. It was whatever. I still have to see Avatar. I know I have not seen Avatar, and I eventually will, before the second one comes out. But this one, the trailer looked pretty cool, looked interesting, but again, it has Elizabeth Banks, so, and guess what, she's actually smiling here, so that's a bad sign. So, another one that I picked up and actually did see this one, and I had anticipations for this movie, because I saw the trailer and a friend of mine told me it looked interesting, and that movie is Melancholia. This movie, I'm going to be selling it because it's horrible. For some people who like those tour de force movies, who are, you know, kind of artistic-like, you might enjoy that movie. You might enjoy this type of movie. It's an art house movie. I don't like art house movies. I just like a movie that entertains me. I do like smart movies, I do like slow movies, but this movie is just pathetic. It makes no sense. It's pathetically slow, and the only good thing about the movie is the first 5 minutes where you're seeing this exposition of how the world is going to end. Because the story is about this world that's colliding, a planet's colliding towards Earth, and, well, you can guess what's going to happen. The world's going to end. Just the 5 minutes where you're seeing Kirsten Dunst walking in his white gown, and the whole world is ending. That looks pretty cool. That's pretty much the only thing that's worth of redemption or redeeming in this movie. Everything else sucks. The whole rest of the movie is just this girl, Kirsten Dunst, bored out of her mind, you know, depressed. I just can't describe it. It was really, really bad. Do not buy this movie. I'm really pissed off. I'm sorry. Another one that I'm also pissed off about was 11-11-11, The Prophecy. More like 11-11-11, The Piece of Shit. I think I said 11 more than I was supposed to, but anyway. I'm trying to go as fast as I can because there's a lot of movies here. This movie was horrible. This movie is about this guy who goes to Barcelona to see his father who's dying, and his brother is this pastor who is seeing some weird demonic shit, and has a twist that I'm not going to ruin. I don't like ruining movies even if they're horrible, but I'm just going to say it's not worth the $10 I paid at Best Buy. That's it. Another one that I wasn't really happy about, and I bought this one actually 2 days ago, not last week, and that's Old Dogs. This movie, I remember seeing a clip of it in a restaurant, and I thought it was funny. And it's a scene where Robin Williams and John Travolta switch pills by mistake, and John Travolta gets a face paralysis, and Robin Williams starts seeing weird. You know, like everything looks way too fuzzy and way too foreign. It was really weird, and that scene was funny. But the rest of the movie is just the only way I can describe it is that the acting is over the top. The editing is really choppy. Like it just jumps from things to things without any transition. I really couldn't stay focused on the movie. It was just not my thing. It didn't really make me laugh. And the funny thing, it's supposed to be a family movie. It's from Disney, and it really didn't feel like a Disney movie. It felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be. It didn't know if it wanted to be an adult comedy or it wanted to be a family movie. So I'm going to sell this one too. Another one I bought is The Howling double feature. I had never seen the Howling movies until just a couple of days ago. And to be honest with you, only the first one is worth watching. I know there's a couple of sequels that came afterwards. I'm not familiar with those, but out of these two, the first one's the only one worth watching. It's a great werewolf movie, has really cool effects. This is before CGI, great makeup effects. Part 2 uses some clips from the first one to make up for the really low budget they had. And the second one, the only redeeming value of it is Christopher Lee, who gives a great performance, and that's it. Another one that picked up, this one I got online because I can't find it at any stores, and that's Blind Fury. I saw this when I was a kid. Great movie, kind of cheesy, kind of a guilty pleasure per se, but I liked it. It's about this guy who's blind. He gets blind in Vietnam, and he comes home to visit a friend who was in Vietnam, who served in Vietnam with him. And I'm not going to ruin the rest, but certain things happen where he has to use kung fu, and it's funny because he's blind. It's not exactly very plausible or believable, but the movie takes itself as a comedy. Family movie, kind of, because it's actually rated R. But there's certain tones that makes it feel like a family movie because he bonds with this kid. And the way he acts with the kid, as a father figure, it's really, heartwarming. So. And the last couple of movies I bought in the past 2 weeks are Setup. I got this for $11.99 at Movie Stop. Many people didn't like this movie. They said it was really bad, 50 Cent can't act. And I'll be honest, he really can't act, but the movie was pretty cool. I liked it. I took it for what it was. I mean, it's just a really predictable heist movie, and it tried a little too hard to be kind of like a Scorsese movie, and even though it didn't even reach a toe to a Scorsese film. And Bruce Willis is barely in this movie. He's only in it for 5 minutes, but I'm not going to say it's a bad movie. It's an okay movie. It's alright. Another one that I really liked was, this one I actually really liked, it's 50-50 with Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Great movie, really funny. Whoever knew cancer could be funny. It's a little sad too. I'll admit it's kind of a sad movie, but it's great. This is definitely a worth owning movie. I might get this on Blu-ray later on. Another one, this one, not a lot of people like this movie. A lot of people thought it was boring and slow, but it's a Steven Soderbergh movie, so it's expected, and that's Haywire. Haywire is not a movie for everyone. This is an action movie that can be looked at as kind of a realistic action movie. The movie is shot in a non-sequitur sort of way. It's not sequential, I'm sorry. It goes from the past to the present, and it just intertwines a bit. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. If you like a fast-paced action movie, then you're not gonna like this movie. If you're expecting more of a thinking movie, then you will like it. I really enjoyed it. If you like movies like Drive, I don't know if Drive is a good example. If you've ever seen any of the other Steven Soderbergh movies like The Limey or Ocean's 11, then you will like Haywire. I personally did. It was a good movie. It had a good star cast with Channing Tatum, Michael Douglas, and Antonio Banderas. Good movie. I personally liked it. Another one, Red Tails. Still haven't seen this one. We'll be seeing this one soon. Heard mixed stuff about it. The Rocketeer, I got on Blu-ray. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. I had the DVD, and I never saw the DVD because I put it on my Blu-ray player once, and I have a plasma screen, so that movie was never released in an anamorphic widescreen. It was just released in the letterbox version. So when you zoom in, everything looks blurry, and you know what I mean. And this Blu-ray, I haven't seen it yet, but from what I heard, it's a great remastering. And I liked it. I liked the movie. I haven't seen it since, but I'm gonna watch it again, and I know the inner kid inside me is gonna like it just as much. So. This movie, J. Edgar, with Leonardo DiCaprio. Haven't seen it yet, but I've heard mixed reviews. Some people said it was boring and slow, but I like, some slow, boring movies if they're good. There's some boring-ass movies like Melancholia that suck. I'm hoping this one is not like that. And I bought also Contraband with Mark Wahlberg and Kate Beckinsale. Haven't seen this yet. I also have heard mixed reviews about this one. And now we're going to get into the movies I bought yesterday. The movies I bought yesterday are Ransom with Mel Gibson. I haven't seen this since it first came out. I had it on VHS. I never seen this as a kid, and it was really violent for me. So violent that I have never picked it up on DVD or Blu-ray. And I found it for $4.99. I said, okay, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to watch it again. So we'll see. But by violent, I don't mean it's bad. I just thought it was... There's a scene specifically that I remember where Mel Gibson shoots this guy, and it was just so over the top, and it shocked me. And then again, that's what a movie's supposed to do. It should shock you, it should move you in a way. So, anyway. This one is a guilty pleasure. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but it's grown on me. I don't know why. And that's Hitman. This is one of those movies that, you know, when you don't want to use your brain cells, just watch Hitman. You know, and I got it for $7.99 on Blu-ray, so... This one, I can't believe they made this into a movie. If you haven't heard the incident with the guy who was at a bus and he beat up this other guy because he was taunting him, go check it out. I forgot the guy's name, but he was wearing this shirt that says, "I'm a motherfucker." He was a senior citizen who was in Vietnam. I'm pretty sure most of you know about it. They made it into a movie, Badass, with Danny Trejo. Now, this, from what I've read, they altercated everything because the guy was... an American, and here he's a Hispanic. And instead of being an African American who was taunting him, it's actually a bunch of Nazis. I don't know. I also picked up The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original version. I've never seen this one. I have seen the one with John Travolta and Denzel Washington, so I'm actually interested in seeing that one. I also got John Carter. I heard this movie flopped in the movie theaters, but I'm still interested in seeing it, so from the trailer it looked really cool, so I'm gonna... And the last one I got was The Steel Case of Safe House with Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds. This one, oops, it's a pretty cool, you know, edition. Has a different artwork. Has Ryan Reynolds in the back and Denzel Washington here. So those are all the movies I bought yesterday, and the other ones were the ones I bought in the past 2 weeks. Anyway, sorry for hurrying up. I'm trying to get, you know, the movies out of the way as quickly as possible. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, suggestions, please leave them below, or you can shoot me an email. Alright, guys, take care. Until next time.